Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We're back with another Balcones True Blue and Baby Blue.
I like these. I like them a lot.
Let's test it.
We're going to test it Texas style, baby.
Baby style.
Texas.
I gotta ask you, so you were so lazy last Saturday's show, you completely went off script and couldn't even insert a picture of the bottle.
I didn't want a bottle. I thought it rolled. Didn't you think it rolled?
They always roll.
No, didn't you think it
we
was
do the
smoother?
intro and then we show a picture. We've done it for 5 years.
Yeah,
and then
I mix it every once in a while.
You just, I don't have time.
No, it was different. It's kind of like how I never used to say test it.
Are you going to put a bottle? Actually, this is mine. I will put it.
Then one day I said test it, and you were like, "Why'd you do that? Why'd you make it all long?" And I was like, "It's different." You're like, "Why are you changing it?" And then now it's a hook. And then one day I threw in Texas style, and you were like, "Why'd you add that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just added it in." You're like, "Now I like it."
Now you're making
stuff
up.
No, that's how I have. We didn't used to even say Scotch it, you Scotch gods, and then now you're like, "Where'd that come from?" I'm like, "Just made it up. Figured try it out."
I just thought you were lazy. Didn't feel like taking a picture.
No, I put it in. What I do is when I throw the music in, the first thing I do is I splice in that little dummy intro, the dummy exit. I pull the video in. Then I grab the music, throw the music in each corner. No, hold on. You wanted to know. You asked.
You are losing the audience.
No, you asked. They want to know. No, they want to know. So then I had the music thrown in, and then what I do is go to look for that gap where I would interject the photo. And as it started, I literally started to run it. I was like, that's smooth. That pops. I sometimes think that first slide, a little boring. Like someone's tuning in. They just clicked this for the first time. They're like, okay. Some black screen with some cartoon dummies, and then okay, oh, there they are. There they are. There he is. There's the little girl. And that one rolled. It popped.
Scotch God shout out. What do we do with it? You said it.
I got it.
Oh, Mr. Cat comments.
Speaking of a fan.
I don't remember what this was on.
Mr. Cat. It was an older one. I wasn't a Knob Creek. I want to say it was a Knob Creek.
Just two very ugly and noisy clowns.
Woo, Mr. Cat. Thanks, Mr. Cat.
Not funny and not a good review. Actually, I think it was the very first Flaming Heart we did, which was like probably review number 15, 5 years ago.
But would you say we're much different even now?
Well, who's ugly?
Well, both of us, according to the way he framed it.
Just two very ugly and noisy clowns.
But
not funny and not a good
review.
Would
you say we're looking to be gorgeous whiskey reviewers? That's saved for Whiskey in the Six.
I mean, maybe we're not funny, and maybe it wasn't a good review, but we're not ugly. That's just plain hurtful.
I'd say we're medium.
That's just hurtful.
Medium, maybe.
Since your high school homecoming, no one's hurt you that bad.
Yeah, that was my response, actually.
How did you pour these? This way?
Yeah, matching the bottle layout here.
Baby Blue and...
So...
Hold on. Pause.
Oh, yeah, coins.
All right, we had to pause, had to go get coins. I left those out. We had water, we had the whiskey, we had the Scotch God shout out.
So 630, 631.
629 and 628.
All right, so the response, and I threw this in here because I thought it was funny. So he's Mr. Cat. So I started with, we are just a couple dog lovers. And no one has been this mean since Bart's first high school dance. Boom. Talking about ugly and clown and noisy. You're up. What do you smell?
Sweet baby corn vomit.
Well, that'll get some people's attention at Balcones.
I mean, think back when your kids were babies.
Well,
they ate the sweet corn.
Yeah. They do have baby spit as a tasting
baby
note.
Spit.
I don't know if I use it here. I'm not using that.
Can I say it's not bad though? It's like a sweet powdered sugar baby corn.
I might say I get a little bit of acetone.
Now, what's the difference between the Baby Blue?
I believe it's the strength.
And True Blue.
That's 50%.
Baby Blue corn whiskey. Aged at least 6 months. This is aged at least 24 months.
Got it.
So quite a bit older and 100 proof.
And this is 46%. So that's 50. But it's intentionally youthful. Round nuttiness, roasted overtones, refined complexity.
Yeah, there is a little bit of white dog in there. Sour. That's the spit I was getting.
So I've been going back and forth. Ew, I still don't get spit. So I know what you're saying, though. I've heard people refer to baby spit. I think I even had it on 1 or 2 reviews several years ago. I get that real strong forward corn right off the bat. It's like, the fun part is then in mid palate it switches to vanilla and honey, and then soft caramel all the way through the finish. It's really smooth. It doesn't come in as 46% for me at all. If I had had this blind, I would think it was 40%.
Honeysuckle. Vanillas. I had vanillas before I even swallowed, just as I took the first sip, moving it around my palate. I was picking up a vanilla cream.
Right. Early on, I get a dusty corn.
Lavender.
Maybe that's the blue part of the corn, because I don't know if I get anything. I mean, if I had a regular corn here and they're blue corn, I'm not sure I can tell you what the differences would be. I can tell you I've been hitting this baby blue hard, though. It's one of my, I don't know, I really like it. I was going to say one of my favorite Balcones, but I got to say the Mirador was very nice, too.
Ooh, yeah.
That was more of a Scotch, Texas forward, though.
I don't get any of the, now this is only, minimum of 6 months, so hasn't been in there that long. I don't really get that sagebrush, the Texas notes in there with it. For 6 months, it's taken on a lot of the wood characteristics.
See, I would say maybe early in the first taste, there was a little bit of the sagebrush Texas feel, but I, like you said, I don't think it's strong because it hasn't been in the wood as long. The color's different from the True Blue as well. It's a little more light gold on the Baby Blue, and it gets a little bit more of a bronzy kind of color when we go to the blue, the True Blue.
Hey. A horse walked into a bar and said, "Hey, bartender." I said, "Hey." I did see this one. So the Baby Blue is labeled corn whiskey. The True Blue is labeled straight corn whiskey, probably because of the age, at least 24 months. Now, corn whiskey it's a higher percentage than like the 51% corn. It's like 71% or 73%.
I don't remember.
Corn.
I remember there was
to be
something
called
like
corn
that.
whiskey.
Aged at least 6 months in oak. Also like the never chill filtered or colored, non-chill filtered as always is what this says.
Okay. I think pretty apparent this is the bigger brother to the Baby Blue. A lot of the same notes amplified. Richer, thicker.
Yeah, thicker mouthfeel, but I get this real like floral kind of explosion at the front.
I'm just going to add a drop of water to it right away just to bring it down a little bit. Although the ABV wasn't that bad with it.
I get a lot more of the dusty, malty kind of grass flavor in the mid palate. Hint of cinnamon right as it slides into the finish. And then the finish again is a caramel with more touches of oak throughout. It's like laced in there.
So I think a lot of caramel, a lot of cinnamon. Where you said a hint of cinnamon, I think there's more.
So I get that cinnamon right as it moves toward the finish.
It's like a dusty barn floor. With corn.
Now going back to the Baby Blue, you're right. I get a little bit more of that white dog kick in there, which is probably definitely where a touch of sourness comes from. Yeah, that was I wouldn't have described that white dog before, but I was able to pick it up going backwards.
Yeah, I got it on the nose as I was tipping the glass up, getting ready to take a sip. You can get it.
Interesting.
Almost like it's just barely showing, or it's just almost concealed.
Right. Yeah, because I don't think I could have described it until I went backwards. And I've been hitting this way more.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, definitely some of that new make. Yeah, the maltiness is the little kicker I get in there from the grain.
True Blue wins this one, which most probably figured it would be, being the older, higher ABV brother.
But I gotta say, I've been hitting this one way more, and it's not because I've even had this, and it just, I don't know what it is. Because I would tell you when I would reach for one, they're right next to each other, and I kept grabbing the baby.
I would have to go 87 on the Baby Blue, 90 on maybe 91 on True Blue. A couple 2 to 3 points higher.
86, 87. To me, they're very close. And coming into this, I actually, in my mind, was thinking that the Baby Blue was going to be better. Because again, I'm telling you, they're right next to each other on the shelf, and every time I was reaching, I was just grabbing the baby. And I did a couple back-to-back comparisons. But it's more viscous, a little bit, like I said, with the oak laced in, and that cinnamon, red hot little cinnamon candy kick right before it goes into the finish. Usually I'll get that on an open. This is one of the rarest times I've gotten it right near the end.
True Blue feels more well done. I mean, just naturally, it's aged longer. Time. The extra time has taken care of the sourness that's showing up.
I think that is the new make that we're picking up in there.
The Baby Blue.
A little bit higher ABV might be given that as well.
What's our monies?
Like I said, I don't know. I need to grab that receipt, but they were both, and they were almost the same because I grabbed the Baby Blue. It was like 68 or something. They were all layered in together.
68.
Was it that much?
I don't know.
You want me to go grab?
I'm just thinking if that was 68, that's a little high. If this one is 68,
let's not go off that. Let me go grab the receipt.
All right, Bart went to look for the receipt from the Balcones. Can't find it. I think they're pretty reasonable. If this one is 68, I think that's pretty high.
My organization skills are usually good. Actually, I have a basket with all the receipts. I think I actually, now I'm like curious if they're over here. I think I set all of our Austin receipts together.
Oh.
What was the name of the place in Oklahoma? Was it Feldman's or Fillman's?
Is it Fillman's?
I don't know. I think close. I found that. And I was I'm in the right area. And then I'm like, okay, and now I can't see the total.
That's a good question.
I bought like 6 bottles, but they were 170 with tax. But I lumped them all together, and I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Somebody on Instagram the other day, too, had a post of it was a Whiskey Raj. It's a big liquor store in Oklahoma City that was carrying had black adders and had everything.
Wow.
Yeah, everything in stock.
I've been
I wish I'd have known where that was at.
Yeah. We might have to. I'd be willing because the Freeman's. Because the Black Adder, I got a chance to try one of theirs that still had the chunks of charcoal in there. It was literally a sample that came right out.
A raw cask or something. I think they had that one. He showed me a picture.
Yeah. Really, they had a bottling with that even?
Yeah. They had like a shelf full of stuff.
See, I always thought that was Whiskey Raj just had a little sample like straight from the cask. Maybe it was. I don't know. But way back when I met him in Pittsburgh.
All right, here, look at this. Hey, he says, hey, # Oklahoma, you have a friend, the Well of OKC. check out the selection of Root and Blackadder whiskey. And so they've got.
No, that's definitely coming from their import.
See, there's
the Blackadder.
I'm hopping around here too much. Peat Reek, Blackadder, raw cask. Blackadder, Peat Reek, Embers.
How much?
A 1960. I don't see
I
prices
want them all.
there. Yeah, I know. We might. Red Snake.
Holy
We make a trip down Blackadder, Smoky, and Isla. Blackadder, a drop of the Irish.
Chupacabra. You got to put this shot in.
Black Snake. We might have to, and Oklahoma City's only a couple hours away. Maybe we need to make a trip.
That is glorious because I've never seen it on the shelf anywhere. I mean, I pop in.
The Well of OKC. And then so you can click on their link and it took us. They are located at 3330. Oh, you don't want to say.
Ooh.
You don't,
What?
Nothing to see here.
Oh, you can't say?
Shh.
Oh, never mind.
Like we want everybody going there and buying it before we get there.
We meant to say Nebraska. Omaha.
Actually, at 3330 North Memorial. The Well of OKC.
Do they ship? That'd be worth maybe a call.
I don't know.
Look at that Chupacabra going crazy.
Yeah, but they had about, you're going to ship, what, 12 bottles?
Might need to call Whiskey Raj.
How's that for traveling down there?
That is awesome. That is it.
One in there.
Dog's going crazy. All right.
Ah!
Hey! Scotch it. Oh. Scotch it. You Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies. Blue and the baby blue and the true blue.